The biggest catalyst we have been waiting for is finally here. XDC is breaking into Tier 1 exchanges, opening the floodgates for millions of new investors. And throughout the years, XDC has been quietly partnering with governments, financial giants, tech powerhouses, and it's only the beginning. That is the topic of today's video. So if you own XDC or just enjoy watching the videos, be sure to leave a like down below. And with that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so a quick reminder for every video that we make on the channel, this is not financial advice and for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed and you could lose all of your money. Stay safe and do your own research. Now, if you're a regular viewer on the channel, you will know in the past couple years, this has been a narrative and a catalyst that's always been in the back locker for XDC. This crypto has reached a multi-billion-dollar market cap with no tier 1 listings at all, the highest grade probably being Qcoin. Now, if we go to any other crypto in the top 100 near XDC, Filecoin, you click on the cryptocurrency, there's a very high chance they're going to be listed on Kraken, on Binance, or Coinbase, not XDC. So which exchanges have listed XDC? The first tier 1 we have is Binance US, opening to the US market with regulatory compliance and fiat on-ramps. It's great because the US market is the largest crypto market on earth, a new wave of institutional and retail investors. It also gives XDC that green light, that institutional confidence boost, seen as trustworthy, regulatory compliant, and it's better for new investors. Most new retail investors entering the market do not want to create accounts on these random exchanges. They want Binance and they want Coinbase. This is proven back in February. Coinbase accounted for 69% of the US spot crypto trading volume. So throughout this multi-year journey, reaching $1 billion plus market cap, XDC has not been on a tier 1 US regulated exchange. US Binance is finally closing that gap, allowing millions to have access to XDC. And we know on the channel of XRP increasing in value, the X coins overlap in terms of holders because they both tick the boxes in terms of utility. Many people on the comments of these videos only hold XRP and XLM. They want XDC. Now they have access through a regulated venue. The next exchange we have on the list is Kraken. It's in the roadmap for XDC. This is a top 10 cryptocurrency exchange globally. And in terms of daily volume, it outweighs these smaller exchanges that XDC is listed on tenfold. These are millions of traders. Serious investors will now have access to XDC. And when a cryptocurrency is listed on a tier 1 exchange, many follow suit very quickly. And we know what happens to the price of cryptos that are finally listed. Right, Polkadot back in August 18, 2020 had an 80% increase in a couple of days due to being listed on Kraken. You'd be surprised by how much sideline capital is sitting on these tier 1 exchanges waiting for assets, premium assets like XDC. Now, just before we go on to the next part of the video, talking about exchanges, even though these are tier 1 regulated, if you're serious about cryptocurrency, you want them in cold storage. And I always share the Decent hardware cold wallet. To keep it as simple as possible, Decent supports XDC and the XRC20 tokens within XDC's ecosystem. You have biometric authentication, 4 buttons to navigate, Bluetooth functionality. It's cheaper than other wallets out there. There's free delivery to US, EU, and Japan, and you have 1 year warranty. If you're serious about protecting your crypto, check the links down below in the description. So now that we understand XDC is entering a new phase, finally getting tier 1 listings, new access to many investors, let's understand this was not luck. XDC has earned this. So let's skip over a few achievements they've earned over the past couple of years to understand the achievements we will see going forward, strengthening the investment. So Archax launched a money market fund on XDC. So institutions were leveraging XDC for tokenized assets. We also seen the Shutse launch a node on XDC. This is a Fortune 500 giant leveraging infrastructure on XDC. Absolutely insane. An SBI XDC and SBI Japan collaboration. So pushing XDC as that settlement layer for trade finance Asia. And we also had the XDC 2.0 launch, a serious upgrade in terms of performance, joining the Mica Crypto Alliance alongside Ripple and Hedera, one of the only few regulatory compliant networks ready for regulations. Plug and play, real businesses being onboarded to XDC, trade finance giants using XDC with Anigio, Trade Tech, many overlaps to Lloyds Bank, and more, and a member of the Trade Finance Distribution Initiative. Right, we can see asset managers, banks, many here leveraging XDC's technology. So now we've seen how far XDC has come. What is heating up right now? Well, here we can see Brazil's VERT Capital to tokenize $1 billion in real world assets on the XDC network. And we can see further down the deal aims to bring corporate debt, agribusiness receivables, and other financial products on chain over the next 30 months. So, this is not like the old money market funds or US treasuries tokenized on public chains. This is corporate debt and beyond. And even not too long ago, we had LIQI and XDC turning Brazil into a global RWA tokenization powerhouse with $500 million. So XDC is becoming the go-to layer 1 enterprise grade RWA issuance in Latin America and beyond. It really is just getting started. Also, XDC will be attending Cybos 2025. Remember, they have the Discover tag, Discover Exhibitor. They are not paying like the other participants, they are hand selected by Swift. And Cybos is the global finance event where thousands of executives from banks, SWIFT members, regulators go to the Discover Zone to meet innovators like XDC. XDC has been recognized as an innovator, and this is where conversations turn into pilots, long term collaborations, integrations, and much more. This is a serious impact for XDC, and I think it's the first time they are at Cybos. Correct me if I'm wrong. Moving on to the last point here, the biggest catalyst is yet to come for XDC, and most people are not aware at all. Right at the beginning of the month, 21 shares unveiled the trade finance focused XDC ETP. Listen to this clip here about potential XDC ETF.
And now the best part is we are going to apply for ETF for XDC.
Oh, wow. I hear that. I don't know if you're hearing it first, but hearing it early. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive one that we are going to launch ETF. So we are applying with SEC within like couple of weeks.
So we will have an XDC ETF filing with the SEC in a couple of weeks, and that was posted on the 28th of July. So currently, we have an ETP within Europe, a smaller reach, and we're going to have an ETF with the US available to American retail and institutional investors who typically use brokerages like Charles Schwab and Fidelity. As he states here in the interview, they are sitting on trillions of dollars of money and they are looking for a new asset. You know, XDC has always been viewed as that little brother when it comes to the X coins on the lower tier exchanges, typically forgotten about. We're seeing a big shift happen here. We're seeing ETF filings, we're seeing tier one exchanges. This is truly a new era for XDC, and it's seriously massively underpriced in my opinion. Right, this is a leader in asset tokenization and trade finance, and it's all about to change. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I hope I will see you guys in the next one.